Anyone with eyeballs and a pulse will testify that Saturday's Emirates Cup semi-finals between the San Antonio Spurs and Oklahoma City Thunder was one of the top games of the season. The fourth quarter alone had 6 lead changes, and if one didn't know any better, they might think they witnessed a playoff game. The Spurs punched their ticket to the Emirates Cup finals by toppling the top team in the league. The Thunder habitually break opponents down mentally when taking dub.
Please subscribe my YouTube channel, kasi nasa 99.6% ang hindi nakapag-subscribe sa munting YouTube channel ko. Maraming salamat po.
Double-digit leads, but the Spurs resisted when trailing by 16 points, and 4 of them went on to log at least 20 points, giving OKC their first loss in 38 days, 16 games. Of course, it's just one night, and the Thunder can't fly that high forever, but it's a big deal that the Spurs could beat the squad that matched the best start through 25 games in NBA history 24-1 in a meaningful game. OKC's pressure had the Spurs on the ropes most of the first half, committing 11 turnovers and missing makeable three-pointers that had their offense resembling an old car that takes a few key turns to start. Yet as the thought that maybe this team isn't ready for prime time probably raced through fans' minds, everything changed in Victor Wembanyama's stints as he threw his size around on the glass and set up teammates. He played like he knew time was running out, and it led to some poor decision-making with the ball, but he was the main reason they cut the deficit to 3 going into intermission. A few minutes into the third quarter, De'Aaron Fox snatched San Antonio's first lead of the night as he raced past orange jerseys in transition. They didn't lead by more than 6 points because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander got where he wanted when he wanted. San Antonio's half-court and transition attack were hindered. On top of that, their 2 best snipers Harrison Barnes and Julian Champagnie shot 7.7% from deep. Yet the defense, not permitting anyone other than SGA to become much of a factor, and the extra effort on the glass helped San Antonio escape the Thunder. Kornet had a third 5 of the team's offensive rebounds, and 3 Spurs had at least 8 boards. In a game that was decided by 1 possession, San Antonio's 10-point edge and second-chance scoring was as good as gold, too. Wenbanyama is back in the saddle on a minutes restriction, and it seemed the strategy was to spare him most of the first half to safely empty the tank after intermission. He followed up his dominant short burst, checking into the second half over 4 minutes in. He struggled more with ball security and missed 2 late freebies, but his jumper was on target, and his paint pressure was too much to handle. 15 of his 22 points came in the fourth quarter. Credit to coach Mitch Johnson for handling the minutes distribution with 8 players getting between 21 and 37, and then there was Keldon Johnson, who only had 14. Incorporating a big-time player back into a rotation when things have been working is no easy business.
Please subscribe my YouTube channel, kasi nasa 99.6% ang hindi nakapag-subscribe sa munting YouTube channel ko. Maraming salamat po.
The Spurs had their lowest offensive rating of the season, but the quality of their opponent has a lot to do with that. Still, the flow is something to monitor going forward as players adjust to